All right, what's up, you guys? UFO Proof here, and I just kind of jumped on live, spur of the moment. Well, something came up, and it had to be brought up, which is something I've been discussing for a while now. What's the big deal going on with TTSA, to the Stars Academy? Hey, what up, Renee? How you doing? Hey, hey. First, oh, how unusual, Renee. um, yeah, so I don't know if you know about this or anyone who's watching you guys. There's supposed to be a big announcement of coming from TTSA coming in March, right? In fact, one of our friends, Franco, uh, is our inside guy. He's a shareholder with TTSA. He's got the scoop, and so we're all looking forward to it. Hey, what up, Q? How you doing, homie? Um, Let me see. Oh, okay, there we go. So yeah, right. Franco's got the scoop to what's going on. What's the big announcement? All I know is this. I got an email from TTSA. I'm signed up for their newsletter or whatever yesterday, announcing a new TV series on History Channel called Unidentified, like the America's secret program into UFOs. Is that their fucking announcement? Hey, what up, Corey? Hey, what up, Jason? How you guys doing? And especially you guys, tell me, what the was that it? Was that the big announcement? Was that it? Don't tell me. Fucking Franco's been building this up this whole time, saying it's coming, it's going down in March. Everyone say it's going down in March. It's going down. They're going to announce something huge going down in March, right? Hey, Jason Sykes, and has anyone seen the video of John Lear interview with Age of Truth telling how America has 15 direct energy weapons orbiting the Earth? Yeah, Jason, I have seen that. First of all, the guy who does that show, Age of Truth, out of his mind, okay? And he looked at John Lear like, this dude's fucking crazy. Like, it was fucking hilarious, man. And not only that, if you think that's bad, you should see Jeremy Corbell's like interview, like the Age of Deceit or whatever, with John Lear, and talking to John Lear's grandson, and see how his fucking grandpa fucked that kid up, dude. This fucking little 11-year-old kid talking about, he's like, yeah, aliens came and abducted me because I had a cramp in my knee, and then they fixed it, and the guy across the street is spying on me with his TV, and it's absolutely terrifying. It's truly terrifying to see what's happening to this poor little kid. That's what it comes down to. That's what I got from that. That's all I could think about. Was I feel so bad for that fucking kid. I mean, how dare you fucking teach that shit to your fucking grandkids like that, man? A fucking 11-year-old kid, thinking the neighbors are spying on him with the TV, and like, that's fucking criminal, man. That's just so upsetting, dude. How can you do that to a little kid? I don't know. Anyway, I'm just saying, I think this announcement shit from TTSA to the Stars Academy is bullshit. I hope to God that this is not what Franco's talking about. And what worries me in thinking that it might be is because he's a shareholder. So that's why we're like, oh yeah, we got the inside scoop, right? Man, if that's what they're saying to the shareholders, like, it's going down in March, then it's right. Unfortunately, because that's what they care about, is the fucking money. So that's what shareholders care about. So when they're like, it's going down in March, and then this announcement comes out like, hey, we're putting out a TV series, it's going to be on History Channel. Now, don't get me wrong for a second. I'm gonna definitely be watching it. There's no doubt. Okay, fucking that whole program, everything about it is cool. Okay, I'm fucking their investigation's cool. Elise Elizondo or whatever, yeah, whatever his name is, he, seems fucking like he saw some shit while he was in the fucking military. Seems like a cool, like it'd be a good show. However, if that's the big announcement that they were talking about and like building up, that's super disappointing. I mean, you got to admit, like every one of us believed that this announcement was what more UFO footage, metamaterial, some kind of evidence, for. I'm just saying, if this is it, the fucking TV show, I'm fucking pissed. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta try to scroll on the comments. Sorry. Hey, what up, Raphael? UFO got UFO show on the History Channel coming up. He said, "Oh yeah, Martin Willis. Oh, he's good too. Lucas has some right funny expressions. Who's Lucas? Bluncio. That's right. Hey, what up, Cons? Hey, honest opinion on the person David Icke. Honestly, I think he believes what he says. I would never go out and be like, oh, like I wouldn't put him in a hoaxer category or anything. He's simply crazy, and I think I think he would make a much better fantasy writer, and instead of portraying that it's real, but that shit crazy, yeah, he's full of himself. Oh yeah, well, I mean, like, and that's the thing, when these motherfuckers go on there, and they're doing their little speeches, their tours. Well, they'll go to universities and talk with the students. And okay, a lot of times when you go and give a speech or whatever, 45 minutes, an hour, maybe sometimes 2 or 3 hours, for like a big deal professor. These motherfuckers, David Icke, 10 hours. 10 hours he's on stage. Stephen Greer, 6 hours, 8 hours on stage. He'll come back, he'll get off and go take a break like he's a rock star and come back like for an encore and shit. Like, yes, smash that like button. Thank you, QVet. I appreciate it, man. Hey, what up, Sean? David Icke is a power. I love Sean. Of course he would say that. See, that's why I like Sean, because you gotta have some opinion from the other side. You gotta have some opinion from the other side. You gotta have someone to represent the crazies. We got him. I love you. Greer is a workout warrior. Yeah, he was. He likes to work out. Just burst out of my shirt. That was funny. It's like Nibiru is flat. I enjoy watching stuff like Ike or what's his name. Yeah, right. That's how they stay up there for hours. Yeah, exactly. But that's funny. That craziness is really entertaining stuff, especially for people who are into the UFO world, like experiencers like myself, or people, researchers, or fanatics, or whatever. They all it's interesting stories to like there's a lot of stuff like that, like people who will portray it as real, but they're full of shit. But the story's so good that you just like to watch it. You're like, yeah, it's cool. It's just fun to watch. I don't believe it. It's like, I want to believe it, but I'm not a moron. Takes out Far Greer has too much misinfo in his real shit. Yeah, see, Sean just said David Icke takes it too far. Greer has too much misinfo in his real shit. That is well said, brother. I mean, see, this is why, I like Sean being our, official crazy guy, because he does have some fucking brains, It's like he had some flat earth. His friends were flat earthers, and they were trying to convince him. He was like, "Dude, shut the fuck up with all that." So, he's definitely got some brains, and that's very true. David Icke takes it way too far, and Greer fills his shit with misinformation. And you know there's something up when you're trying to mix yourself into it, okay? Into the whole agenda. All right? As soon as you see people start doing that, there's something up. All right? David or Stephen Greer next, he's part of the conspiracy now. He's debriefing the president and directors of the CIA, and he's involved in it now. Clifford Stone, you know, he's involved with the whole agenda. He's been since he was a kid, and now he's part of the military, researching and recovering. All these guys. Phil Schneider, okay, they make themselves part of it, but they're not. They're full of shit. They're fucking liars. They don't know what's going on. That's why I have respect for Elizondo, because just like how we say, or at least I say, we don't know. As much as we know is what we see. Like at least for me, my observations, all my UFO experiences, although they were, profound. Like I said, I've never seen an alien that I know of. I don't remember ever seeing. I've never seen an alien. I don't know what's inside a UFO. I've never seen inside of it, just from observations alone. And this is how we have to determine everything with UFOs. Is just like observations. So when you're filming, if say you have the perfect UFO flying in front of you and you're filming it, that video camera, what it's taking pictures of, is not telling you the society, and it's not telling you the reasons why the UFO is there. All it's doing is showing you the light that's bouncing off of it. That's it. It can't tell you anything else about it. So to claim that you know the agenda, you don't know shit. And then on top of it, if there's one, what's that mean? If there's one other one, what's that mean? There's millions of them. Well, okay, there's two? Is that it? It's us and the Cowboys. There's only two? Is that what you're saying? No. There's not, okay? There's more. If there's one, if there's even one, then that means there's millions, because there's not just going to be two. And I doubt I know for a fact there's not just one. Kind of. Because I don't know what a UFO is. I mean, maybe it's, I don't know. I think it's alien, so I'm going to say that's what I'm going with, but that's the feeling I get. But, and that being said, all of a sudden, oh, you know the agenda of who? What's every species out there? You know the fucking subtle differences, and, I mean, shit like, shut the fuck up with all that. All right? And another thing, who's speaking for these species, Like, is there a single person on Earth who would ever be like, I speak for the planet, and, my feelings and what I do represents all of us? No. No one would allow it, first of all. I'd be like, you don't represent me. I don't care who you are. If it was Bernie Sanders, I would be like, he don't represent me, dude. Don't group me in with other motherfuckers, because I don't know how you're classifying us. All right? And there's strict differences. So, okay, so America goes into space and finds a colony of aliens, of primitive aliens living on the moon, or the moon of Jupiter. Okay, and we go up there, and we're interacting with them, and then Russia goes up there, and they're interacting with them. Now, that alone, their ideals are different, okay? And they're, Russia is real materialistic, and uh, uh, you know, America can be real spiritual and conservative or liberal. It's fucking. We have different viewpoints on how power and wealth distribution should be given out, and how humans should be governed, and just totally different ideas and stuff. And we're visiting the same aliens, and so one of the aliens is like, "No, the aliens. This is their agenda," and the other one's like, "No, no, no, it's not. This is their agenda." Who's right? Even if that was the fucking case, you see what I'm saying? How could either one of them? They can't be right. It's fucking. It doesn't make any sense. They're just like, you see what I'm saying? Like how easily it would be confusing, and that's just with two species. You know, I'm talking. I'm assuming. I don't want to assume. Well, it seems like, from my personal experience, they seem to be collecting data and interacting with individuals for a certain amount of time, and they have certain kind of effects on them. And they seem to be collecting data just like we do, or we would. Perhaps they're abducting people. I'm not claiming to be an abductee. I'm saying I believe that people probably get abducted because it would make sense for collecting data and other stuff. And so you can have observations of them while they're collecting rocks or grass blades or, tiny insects or whatever. Maybe they're collecting radio signals and, gravity levels. What's the radiation levels they're detecting in certain parts of the Earth? Whatever. They're just collecting data, and and some of them interact with people. But I believe these interactions, although profound to humans, was probably nothing to them. And people always ask, my UFO proof logo. Why does he look? People say he looks scary, and I would say he's not angry. He's indifferent. And people want to argue about this with aliens. They're always saying they either love us, they're angels and here to take care of us, or they're demons, fallen Nephilim, who are going to destroy us, and they're liars. And what if they're neither? Okay, because you're classifying all of them. You ain't classifying me with all everybody else. So they're indifferent. I don't know. Can you be evil or good to ants? To a moth. When you're an anthropologist, what are your emotional connections? As much as you're putting out emotionally connected to species you're studying, that's as far as it goes, which could be a lot. You could really love your job and be highly interested in the species you're studying. And perhaps these effects and feelings and emotions are passed on and picked up on by Homo sapiens, who take it as a holy experience or a transcending experience, and it's just and to them it's just indifferent. The love that they have for studying it is probably just felt by you, and it's just so advanced and profound that you just interpret it differently. Maybe they fucking come down here and pick up Billy Meyer and fly him around Jupiter and go and see dinosaurs back in time. Maybe. I don't believe it. I'll fucking put it on my life it's fucking wrong. And bullshit. But I guess it's in the realm of possibilities. But from my observations, my experiences alone, this is what it appears to be for me. I don't want to take it away from anyone who's had an abduction experience where they're like, yeah, I'm a fucking alien came up and said something. Maybe they did. I, you know, I definitely believe it's possible. So, and it's sad, and I feel bad for, as bad as I feel for myself, I feel even worse for people in that situation, because I couldn't imagine what it would be like to have an experience that's so like in your face like that. To fucking, I mean, I had it with a UFO, okay, and that's so life altering when a UFO is that close to you, that you could touch it. It's like, oh my god, dude. It has some kind of effect on you. It's undescribable. So I mean, an alien, it must be, and perhaps that's why these motherfuckers are like in therapy and shit. We just started watching your stuff, man, and you're cool, bro. How much are you into the pyramids and how they were built? Warren Store. Hey, Warren, let me tell you, buddy. I actually put out a couple videos about the pyramids, and I had my own theory that I had developed and helped spread around, that the Great Pyramid, now I'm not talking about other pyramids, but the Great Pyramid was in fact built on a pre-existing mound that already exists at the Giza Plateau. And what they did was remove the top layer of stones from the mound, recycle them, and cut out the inside of the pyramid and recycle the stones. And that's why it explains a lot. That's why the quarry where all the stones came from, right now, one of the big mysteries is why the quarry doesn't have enough stone. It never had enough stone to make the Great Pyramid. It never did. So where did all the stone come from? Well, if you're building your pyramid on a pre-existing mound, that's a pyramidal shaped mountain or mound that already exists, a third of the job is already done, or close to half is already done. And now you're just encasing it. And it will also help you to carve out the rooms, the different chambers and stuff inside the pyramid, which makes the construction 10 times easier. And now you're, encasing the pyramid in a bunch of limestone, and the tomb is actually built into the mountain, into the ground. All right. And the evidence about this is really blatantly clear, and I point this out in a bunch of different videos. I also explain, go ahead. I'm not even looking at your comments, but I know you're going to say the Orion correlation, right? Yeah, I know you're going to say it. Someone's brought it up. I haven't even looked at your comments. Guaranteed, one of you motherfuckers is about to bring it up if you haven't. I explain that too. I actually show how that correlation can be made with fucking any set of mountains almost. And also that the correlation they claim that it does is in fact wrong. It's backwards. So it's not of an image of Orion's belt, because it's completely backwards. So it doesn't mirror the sky at all. There's no way to align it. It's out of sync. It doesn't make sense. All right. That correlation is wrong. And also that in Egypt, there's a place called the Black Desert. And in the Black Desert, there are tons of pyramid-shaped mountains everywhere. And all these are natural mountains that are pyramid-shaped. They just look like big pyramids. And they're covered in black basalt stone. And that's the same stone that is surrounding the base of the Great Pyramid. And what they did was remove the stone from the mountain, recycled it around the base of the mountain, and built up their pyramid. All right. And then when you go into the pyramid, you have to climb up to get into the entrance of the pyramid. You have to climb up the pyramid. And when you go into the entrance, that was carved out by Al-Mahmud in the year 800. You have to go into it. And when you're climbing into it, it's even said by Eric von Daniken, it looks like you're climbing into a rock, because there is no blocks around you. It's just rock. It's earth. And you had to climb up off the ground. So if you had to climb up, that means there must have been a mound there. And there are, okay, when you look at the pyramid of Abu Ruwash, it is a pyramid, but it's exposed to the air. And what you see is it's the square foundation of the pyramid and a T cut like in the middle, where they cut out the corridor. And I actually show how the Great Pyramid, by if you look at the part where some of the blocks are removed and it has some of the giant granite blocks put together in an A-frame position, covering the T-cut in the earth, this is how you would build up a pyramid without letting the blocks collapse in on each other, by setting them up like this in an A-frame and building them out and building up retainer walls, just like they did inside the Great Chamber. Okay, this is the process you would use. All the evidence is there. Okay, and if half the pyramid is already built, then you could build a pyramid in 20 years. Okay, other than that, how are you going to move, 2.3 million stone bricks? They said it would have to be one every 6 minutes, or one every 2 minutes, or something, to get it done in 20 years. Impossible. So, but if it's on a pre-existing mound, okay, and they like to be buried in the earth, just like every pharaoh. I don't know why it would, I don't think it was a tomb to begin with. I'm just saying this is how it could be built in a king's lifetime. I'm not saying it was a tomb at all. Okay? I mean, there's nothing about it that suggests it's besides the coffer in the middle, which was a square box. They're just assuming that every square box back then was a fucking coffin. That's the only thing they were ever made for, apparently. That's it. They would never use it to store stuff or put anything like in a ark or anything like that. That's impossible. Okay, that's the only thing boxes were ever made for, was coffins. That's it, nothing else. Like, there's just fucking, and every mummy has the magical inscriptions ensuring their safe passage into heaven. All of them. Every tomb, every mummy, just the fucking, there's thousands of them that are just like lying in the desert, like kind of entombed in like fucking cloth and shit like that. Have this shit inscribed on them, written on them. Everybody does it. No one's going to put a tombstone up and not write anything on the tombstone. They're going to write something on it, And this guy, Khufu, was like, I want the world's greatest fucking building ever constructed in the history of mankind. But I don't want my name on it anywhere. Completely anonymous. I want you to bury me in there. Don't tell anybody it's me. Okay? I don't want any motherfucker to know. I do not want a safe passage to heaven. So feel free not to inscribe shit anywhere. Even though we write on fucking everything. Literally, our temples are fucking hieroglyphs everywhere on them. Our obelisks covered in hieroglyphs. Everything. They write on everything. Except for this. It's the one thing I don't want a single fucking writing on. And then on top of that, the one thing that connects it to Khufu, the one thing, was the inscription of Khufu's name found above the king's chamber in Chamberlain's chamber. Actually, there's a couple retaining chambers that they work their way up. And up at the top, at the very top, was an inscription written in the name of Khufu, supposedly. It was painted with red ochre paint, the king's name, Khufu, with red ochre paint. And it's not even a hieroglyph. Okay? It's not a hieroglyph. It's fucking painted on there. It's like the dude who discovered it, Colonel Weiss, was desperate to keep funding going. His funding was being pulled. And his one of his rivals, Giovanni, was like, this guy is fucking full of shit. They were blasting, using dynamite to blast their way up to the receiving chambers, and he's like, I've been up in those chambers with them, and he's like, this discovery is bullshit. He's like, this guy's full of shit, cause like, apparently he had went up there and they didn't see anything when they first went up there. And then he got Giovanni kicked out of the site from the pyramid. He had the people in charge had him removed. And then he discovered it all of a sudden. It was amazing. It's like, oh, and then not only, it's like, yeah, we found Khufu's name in there. It's spelled wrong, but it's definitely Khufu, and we made this discovery. Give us more funding, okay? Whoever wrote it, whether it's, even if you want to say it's real, whoever wrote it spelt it wrong. And so you're saying this fucking massive pyramid that you created for your god king, and you can't spell his fucking name right? Really? Really? Do you guys think Sean would misspell Trump? You think he would misspell Alex Jones? Nope. Come on. The guy fucking, and this is like in like 1887, the guy was desperate, or no, actually I believe it was 1903, but he was desperate for his dig because his funding was getting pulled, all right? And so was Giovanni's. His funding was getting pulled too, and they're like, we need to find something. And not only that, okay, not only that, Colonel Weiss, who discovered this huge discovery, what did he do before he was an Egyptologist? Does anyone know what Colonel Weiss did before he was an Egyptologist? Okay, well, he was in the Parliament. Okay, and while in Parliament, he was convicted of forgery and bribery, and it was proven that all of his votes were paid for, and he bought them, but he paid the people who voted for him after the vote, which was a technicality. The guy is a fucking cheater. I mean, a scammer. Okay, that's it. And people back then didn't have the access to information like we do now. But that's the information we have access to now. The guy was full of shit. He was a scam artist. Khufu is not linked to the pyramid. Has nothing to do with Khufu. Okay? Hence, we can drop its whole age fucking, I mean, everything about it. Oh, when Al-Mahmoud broke into the pyramid, broke into the motherfucker, okay? It was sealed. He removed the blocks to get and dig in. His army dug into the motherfucker, dug into it. What was in there? Nothing. Al-Mahmoud had to hide his own gold in there to prevent his men from killing him. Because they're like, motherfucker, we're going to spend 6 months breaking into this motherfucker, digging our fucking asses in here. I'm fucking dirty. I ain't seen my wife in fucking 6 months, dude. I'm fucking hungry. You tell me there's no gold in this motherfucker? And Al-Mahmoud was like, and they're like, hey, listen, caliph or not, dude, we're about to fuck you up, dude. And so he stashed his own gold. Literally, it had pictures of him stamped on the gold. And he's like, oh, here you go, boys. And they're like, yay, let's go. And he's like, whew, fuck. There's nothing in there. And they leave, okay? How do Egyptologists explain this? It was broken into earlier. Oh, someone already broke into it. Oh, okay, okay. Why was it sealed back up? Who breaks into the pyramid? Steals all the gold and jewels. And for some reason, decides they need the king's body. I need this mummy. I gotta have a fucking mummy, okay? Who else has a king mummy? Nobody, just me. And I need the lid. I need the fucking lid from the coffer, for whatever reason. And on the way out, boys, I want to seal it so no one ever knew we were here. This is the perfect plan. Okay? We gotta be real quiet and do it at night so people don't catch us breaking into the biggest building on Earth and removing the king's body and all of his jewels and sealing it back up, which defies physics, and tricking simple Americans. I mean, who believes that this is what happened? This is a fucking, why don't people keep asking the questions? They're like, oh, it got broke into. And everyone's like, oh, that explains it. How? What are you talking about? Who fucking breaks into a house, kicks down the front door and steals a TV, and then puts the door back on the hinges? Fuck the door. We gotta roll, man. Who does that? The pyramid is not connected to Khufu. The Pufu. The Pufu is not connected. The pyramid's not connected to Khufu. It's not connected to Orion either. I don't know what it is. Very fascinating. Thank you for your question. I don't know how long it took me to answer that. 10 fucking minutes. I went on a rant there. Sorry. It happens. Do you think they had great doctors and their knowledge of drugs? Hey, what up, Paul? How you doing? Privileged white male. What up, buddy? You missed a few bombs. Hey, what up, Sebastian? How you doing, homie? Your pyramid theory rocks, Kyle. Thank you, Tony. Ergo I am. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, it does. You know what? If you go and you watch my video on called Is This How the Pyramids Were Built? That fucking video got like 124 thumbs up and like 3 thumbs down. And fucking got nothing but great comments on every single person. Like, this is the best theory I ever heard. I fucking show all the evidence for it. I'm telling you guys, it's fucking... Tell me. Everything about that theory makes sense. Okay? And there's evidence to back it up. The only thing that people can argue with me is that academia follows what Colonel Weiss says in his discovery as being legitimate. Once you accept that his discovery is not legitimate, everything else falls apart. You know? An 8-ball here is $110, and that's cheap. An 8-ball of what? Coke, meth, heroin. What else would 8-balls come in? That's it, right? Yeah. No one would say an 8-ball of weed. They would just say an eighth. Well. How much is an 8-ball of Coke? Man, back in the day, 8-ball of Coke was expensive. Oh, yeah. You know, fucking... Yeah, it was expensive. It was never fucking worth it. It'll fuck spend that money on Coke, dude. You'd have to get a couple of 8-balls, dude. It'll fucking last you fucking 8 hours. Big deal. We had 3 8s each. Yeah, that's what you need. Yeah, you need that much fucking Coke. Coke sucks. Pepsi. Let's talk about Coca-Cola. Anyway, so you guys gotta admit, that theory is sound. So, and actually, it's funny, you know, that this was even brought up because I'm actually working on a new episode about the same thing. I'm actually writing it for a Third Phase of Moon um, asked me to write him another episode, and I'm like, sure, yeah, you know. So I'll let you guys in on the secret stuff, you know. I love writing shows for them, man. Fucking videos do great, man. Way better than they do on my channel, you know. So it's like, fucking hell yeah, at least the shit gets seen, you know. Um, no, no, never mind. Okay, but um, you almost smashed it out the ballpark with the Rocket Man statue. What the fuck? I'm not sure what he's talking about. Sorry. Anyway, you would have made a great pharaoh. Yes, I fucking would have. No. It would have been a. I'll tell you what would have happened. Motherfuckers, if I was Pharaoh, straight up, would have mutinied and ripped me apart, dude. They would have been like, this is the most evil fucking. Dude, I would have been riding people to fucking work, whipping everybody. Dude. Golden showers for everybody. Oh my God. They would have rose up. And I would have went fighting. No! They would have torn me apart. Thank God I was never Pharaoh. I would have fallen right into that trap, dude. You know? That much power. Golden showers for all. Don't you dare give me that much power, man. You'll never forget it. Oh, shit. They would have been like, let my people go. I'm like, you ain't going anywhere, bitch. Nope. Get your ass back here. I would have chased them down like a fucking, like when like fucking hood rat runs out on her pimp. I would have chased them down, you know. Where the fuck you going, bitch? Smacking Israelites left and right. Get your ass back there. Keep it down. You know mama trying to sleep. Smacking bitches. Better get your ass back there. Make me that money. I run shit, bitch. Oh, God, I would have been pimping them out all day long. He was like, they were like, let my people go. And he was like, all right, go ahead. And then all the Israelites robbed the Egyptians. This is true. Instructed by God to take of their masters their gold and silver and jewels and valuables and flee in the middle of the night, which they did. Because the Pharaoh was like, all right, I'll let your people go. And he did. And then they all woke up and they're like, where's the fucking gold? Where the fuck is the gold? Oh, they fucking Jewed us! Goddamn fucking Jews! Get those sons of bitches! And they chased them down. And were crushed by the Red Sea. Yeah, their God is a fucking mean God. That's why people cower to him, because he was like, come into the ocean. I'll make a path for you. Splah! It's a twisted fucking God, dude. But I know it sounds funny. Every word I said was true. Feel free to fact check everything I just said. Go to your local hotel, motel, open up the drawer, grab the Bible, because I know you ain't got one at home, and look up what I just said. Time to tell us. Yep, Renee, he's fucking buzzing. Time to tell us your most profound UFO sighting, Kyle. No! No, 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 no. What do you think about boomerang UFOs? What do you think? I don't know. What do you think I think? What do you think about that? What do you think? What do you think I think? You know how bad that motherfucker hurt? Go ahead. Poke yourself right there. Just do it. Go ahead. Test it out. Just do it. Do it. Bam. Definitely. Definitely. Boom. Because I am a science nerd. You know, I love quantum mechanics and the subatomic universe, and you know, it's fascinating. Something came up, but I don't want to talk about it. Tony, message me. We'll talk, all right? As for my sighting, when it's you know soon, when it's fucking time, you know. What up, Simone Diamond? How you doing? What do you know about fluid amplification? Well, I mean, what are you talking about fluid amplification? Are you talking about fluid dynamics? I don't understand what you mean by fluid amplification. Why are you amplifying fluid? And what kind of fluid? So that's what I'm talking about. If you're talking about fluid dynamics, you know, yeah, I understand a little bit. Hence, why is there a giant, you know, hexagon on Saturn? You know, which looks fucking cool, but it's there because of fluid dynamics. You know, this is a feature of fluid dynamics, and it's another feature which you would see across honeycombs or you know, pillars of basalt, you know, old lava and stuff like that, you know. So, but fluid amplification. I mean, what kind of fluids? What are you talking about? And doing what when you amplify it? The fluid between the layers of the craft. What? How? Where did you? What craft? Where did you? Where? What are you talking about? What? I thought you were talking about fluids. Where did you get to a craft? Some gals amplify my fluids. Oh, do they, cons? Huh? They amplify your fluids. He gets his tiny little 12-year-old boner. Now he's old as fuck. It was spoken of Tompkins and Corso, of Philip Corso. Do you remember he did the video showing the little person in what looks like a fuck it was actually an unfinished statue or some kind or something if you turned it on its end. Oh, dude, you're talking about the Istanbul Rocket Man, right? Zachariah Stitchin, the Istanbul Rocket Man little statue, and I discovered what it was, the truth. Bet you sweet ass I remember that shit. No one will ever know. Well, you know, I mean, actually, fucking, what, you know, there was a channel, like, it was a big channel, like, top 15s or whatever. The guy who talked like this, you know, that guy, next time we see this video, like, does this, whatever. Yeah, he put me on one of his top 15s or whatever for making that, you know, what top 15 mysteries solved by YouTubers. And I solved the mystery. Damn fucking right I solved that shit. At least he recognized the shit. No one else fucking knows. We're not gonna go down in fucking history as the fucking group that fucking nailed that shit. No one will ever know that we did it, except us. You know, it's okay though. It happens, man. You know. What matters is that, you know, that was us. UFO Proof, our channel, fucking figured that shit out first, dude. No, right? I don't care what fucking anyone says, dude. Anyone can say whatever bullshit they want to. I know it's true. You guys know it's true. At least we can fucking die happy knowing we got that one for a fact. It happens a lot. Where I'm like, nailed it, got it. And people just argue to the end of time. You're just like, why do I try? Kyle, can't you just accept there are stupid people in society? No! Repeat the story. Oh, what up, Daniel? Okay, yeah, okay, here. Okay, so repeat the story of the rocket Man one. Okay, so anyway, for you guys who don't know, there's a famous carving of supposedly of a spaceship, a human in a spacesuit in a spaceship found in Turkey, and Zachariah Sitchin brought this to attention. He claimed it to be showing proof of ancient aliens and ancient astronauts. Excuse me, which was a huge thing at the time. First, Chariots of the Gods came out, then Zachariah Sitchin in the Earth Chronicles and the 12th Planet. And he claimed this to prove it. Doing the research, I had discovered that his Rocket Man, his true little Rocket Man, was nothing more than a miniaturized tiny idol of the kings of Mount Nemrut. Okay? And he was looking at it wrong as a fucking spaceship. And I'm like, no, you have to turn it this way and look at it. And now you can see this is a tiny little idol of a giant statue. And this is something that they did a lot. In fact, going back and referencing the Great Pyramid, the only image of Khufu is a 3-inch statue. This big. A little statue. This big. A tiny statue represented Khufu. This is something that every ancient culture did. So if they made big ones, they made little ones, okay? It's just what they did was what people do. And that's what that was. And, in fact, Mount Nemrut is in Turkey, where the Istanbul Rocket Man was also found. And you could see how they would fucking carve it to make, like, I showed how the hats were made the same, the headbands, the beards, like everything, like how it would line up, and it matched perfect. Boom. Fucking nailed it, dude. Yes, Jason said I pointed it out, and everyone was here just saw it. Okay, so he's like, you know, giving me the fucking props. Okay, however, UFO Proof is a community. Okay, which means if one of you motherfuckers make a discovery, I will be taking part credit for your discovery. Because we're all in this fucking group, you know? And so I expect everyone to be like, oh, that was us. We discovered that shit. you know? I mean, you guys gotta understand, there's a lot of shit on a channel that fucking helps get discovered and figured out because of everybody on here, you know? How we all all communicate and interact with each other. It's not all everybody one way to me. You got to understand that. That's what's different here. It doesn't just being, it's not everybody just coming to me and I'm just responding to everybody else. It's everybody. So we're all just kind of talking to each other and doing our own things. And, they're bringing in new people and shit I never even talked to, So it's like, that's just how it works with us. But as a collective, fucking, we all debunk shit together. People, other proofers were helping me debunk the Utah UFO, which I believed it to be a bird, and I was, people were helping me fucking, investigate that shit. Like, so it's like, there's this whole little community that's just all made by you guys doing your thing, which I love. And it's fucking, that's what makes it fun. Yeah, but we nailed that shit. The Istanbul Rocket Man, mystery solved. It sucks when it bothers people. I understand. When you have something that you believe in, like a UFO or mystery, and then it gets solved for you, and it's just like, oh, really? That's all it was? Oh, man, that was bullshit. It's really disappointing. It's happened to me too many times. What can you do? But it doesn't change anything. Nothing can change the truth. Better to know the truth, that way what remains is more mysterious and amazing. Yeah, and yeah, you get fucking debunked. It's like it's like, who wants to believe in something that's not true? Who wants to believe in the fantasy? Wouldn't you rather know the truth and be like, fuck yeah? Oh, well, good, now I know. It happens. It's happened to me so many times. And Simone saying, you've even debunked yourself countless times, you guys. Everyone knows this, okay? I'm probably one of the few channels that will fucking debunk itself. I've gone back to videos from a while ago that I came across where I'm like, oh, that's the answer. Oh, I gotta go back. Now I gotta do an update. It's not debunking per se, because I don't want to be claimed as a debunker. And I'm not a truther. Even though I'm looking for the truth, I'm a proofer, And so I'm like, oh, well, this is the answer. That's the proof. This is what we're looking for. So that solved it. On to the next one. The moon tit, that's right, absolutely, The turkey UFO. God, man, that was so fucking heartbreaking. Man, yeah, turkey UFO. Fuck. Those people, turkey UFO people, will fucking go down fighting. They're like, no, impossible. They still talk about that turkey UFO thing all the time. I'm telling you, okay? And now, it's not even flying. It was never flying. Every video where they ever show like a light that's actually moving across the sky is then edited and switched over to the UFO that's just sitting there. The UFO that's just sitting there, the curved thing, never moves once, ever. It is 100% stationary the entire time. You can stabilize the entire video and see it doesn't move ever at inch. And if this thing's floating in the sky, that's fucking impossible, dude. It's got to give way somewhere. Something, nothing, fucking, It's in the same spot. You can layer the video over it and be like, oh, right here, boom, boom. And it's like the craft just happens to be in the same spot. Every time. When it happens and it gets seen the best, it's always on a full moon. Interesting. it's because the fucking camera having a super zoom on it, and they're using the electronic doubler on top of it. So they're going from optical zoom to digital zoom. Once you go to digital zoom, you can fucking forget about any kind of detail. All right? You are now doing nothing more than exaggerating pixels. That's it. Okay? You need optical zoom to help bring into focus new data from further away. Digital zoom can't do that. It takes the data that it sees on screen and exaggerates it. That's all it can do. You know, and they see a tiny speck of hill lit up by the full moon because it's covered in white gravel road and stuff for these giant windmills, the windmill farm. So that white gravel and stuff illuminates from the bright fucking moon. And with the electronic doubler, they're seeing this curved top of the fucking mountain, a top of a hill from across the Sea of Merman. That's what it is. It's not even like, even when you see the videos, you can see from where you see this thing in the sky, and they're looking at the ground and stuff too. You can see it's not high up in the air. It is always just a little ways off of the horizon, you know, but it still appears to be floating in the air. That's because it's on fucking mountains across the sea, and using their camera with the fucking electronic doubler on it, they're able to pull in and exaggerate the pixels to where they're seeing aliens talking to each other. No, they're not. They don't. That's not what they're seeing. They're curve of the mountain from far away being exaggerated by the scope. And the gravel is white gravel, and it's being illuminated by full moon. That's why the camera's picking up. And the color and the luminosity or whatever is adjusted on the camera, so it's fucking super bright or whatever, so it picks it up really well, and that also disrupts the quality of what the image you're seeing, you know. So I told everyone it was real. I was like, that's it, for years. Okay, this was my go-to video to be like, oh yeah, prove this one. What do you think about that, bitch? Huh? Yeah, in your face. Shut up. And I was wrong. I had to do what I had to do. If you don't have any honor or integrity, your UFO story will never be believed and accepted by people for what, you know, no matter how mundane or, you know, fantastic it was, it wouldn't matter. And so knowing the answer and not telling everybody would, you know, diminish the credibility of my experience. Even not telling anybody, my personal self would know. And I have too much integrity for even that. That's too much for me, dude. That one time was when I found that Trinidad Island UFO hoax. The one that did me in was when I found out the Trinidad Island UFO was a hoax. They proved 100% fake. What was that one? Was that when they set up the balloons? Oh, damn, fucking man, like an ice storm, fucking snow and shit everywhere. Anyway, No, it's fucking cold, man. It's fucking nasty out, man. Oh, those pictures? Are you talking about the pictures, the one that looks like Saturn UFO? Ah! It just popped up and said it looked kind of like a UFO looked like Saturn. Okay, point taken, everyone. Well, I just want you guys to notice this. Forget the uh, forget the hat, forget the mohawk, forget the tattoos, forget the chains and the cursing and everything. When it comes to UFOs and this field, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Right? Right? Unfortunately, there are a lot of other people who will do UFO stuff who don't know what they're talking about. And so you want to talk to them and discuss factual stuff about actual UFOs. And I want to know names and dates and shit like this. You know, he's bringing up the, you know, oh, well, this case in here and blah, blah, blah. Oh, I'm like, oh, and I know what you're talking about. Other people are like, they wouldn't have a clue. They wouldn't have a clue. You know, it's like how you hold up a conversation like that. You know, and they don't know what you're talking. They don't know what you're talking about. You're just like, oh, okay. Anyway. So, but you guys know what I'm saying, right? You guys remember when we had that one crazy bitch who used to come on here, who would who was talking about how she had the fucking 20 dudes in her fucking apartment, the cab driver, and all that shit. You guys remember that crazy bitch? You know? I, I was like, we could not have stripper girl. Yeah. I could not allow her to stay on the show. We could not, there was no fucking way I could take anything we were saying seriously with someone saying that shit. You guys remember when Johnny Webb came on? You guys remember that shit? Impossible. There is no fucking way we could have let that shit continue. Yeah, you seen that shit, done your research big time? As fuck. That's why I did get hell, yeah. 20 of, oh yeah, FBI dudes in their small apartment. Yeah, whack as hell. Remember that shit, dude? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, Johnny Webb used to come on here, start talking about reptilians and flat Earth. I'm like, nope. Johnny's a nice guy. I can't have him on the channel because it represents me. And that will never, ever be something that comes out of me. All right. I fucking read books. Okay. I believe in math. I love science. I love history. I like being educated. And I won't let, there's certain shit I just don't want to fucking have myself mixed in with because I'm not that. And if it means I don't get as many views or subscribers, that's okay too. Johnny was the octopus dude. Thank you, Tony. Correct. He was the octopus dude. Someone said sticking a frog's mouth makes it explode. No, I doubt that, dude. I don't see how the physics of that would work. But unbelievable. Some of these guys, man, I don't know. But hey, It's hard to do sometimes, you know. Those people discredit anyone who has seen something real. God damn it. That's well said, Jason. That is the fucking problem. You know? Uh you still think about Russia? What do you mean? Well, don't get me wrong, I love Russia. You know, there's a lot of cool shit goes on with Russia, blah blah blah. You're talking about the fucking political thing. That ain't got nothing to do with us. That's a fucking thing they're doing. Fucking, you know, has nothing to do with my channel or UFOs or whatever. Maybe the fucking people, you know, because you know UFO people are probably, a lot of believers are probably easily manipulated, and they're like, oh, we'll flip them, you know, shit like that. So that they're smart. Like I was saying, be motherfucking 12 moves ahead of you. That's how they got to be, you know. But luckily over here, we smart too. So saw that shit coming a mile away. Tried to honeypot me, huh? Oh, you brought him as a honey dick in case I was gay. Did you guys ever see that interview? Oh god, yeah, it's fucking hilarious. You lit off a quarter stick the other day and set off 4 car alarms. It's fucked up, dude. You're gonna blow your fingers off, man. Blue chicken people living under the Falkland Islands. Smooth. He just takes like fucking random shit. You know, he's like, well, you know, I saw a fucking tennis ball elevator with the frogman, you know, paradigm shift. And you're like, really? Yep. The fuck is this? It's like, I don't think he understands how to like even make a sentence work. This guy's so fucking nuts. Holy shit, dude. You know? But okay, so like I was saying, there is a place for that, but it's weird, alright? There is a place for the fucking craziness. Okay, so like, I understand why some people find it entertaining. Like we were saying in the beginning of this episode. I understand why there's some shit I do, okay? There's a gentleman by the name of Jim Sparks. Any of you guys know of him? I don't think we've ever brought him up on here. But, and in the UFO world, it's not like he's really big. But I found his story and the book and stuff, and I was like, this is fucking, this is cool. It's a cool fucking story. It's obviously the guy is full of shit. Okay? But it's so fucking, the way he tells the story is really cool. Like, yeah, Jim Sparks, he fucking like he was like seeing his footprints walking out in the carpet and then into the snow, and then they disappeared, and so you could see half his footprint was into the carpet and the other half was through the sliding glass door and then into the snow. And he's like, so it's like the door wasn't there anymore. Like his story is fucking really entertaining to listen to. And it's, I mean, like, a lot of it seems to make fucking sense and shit. But it's like, obviously, it's just a story. The guy just wrote a book and shit and just, you know, claimed it was real. And, you know. But I thought, you know, I mean, I'm pretty sure he's just full of shit. He has a hotline that you can call for $75 to sit and talk to him about your experience or whatever you want to. Okay, the guy's in it for money. That's a fact. But he tells a really good story, and it's fun to listen to. And like to pretend like it's real. It's cool, but it ain't real, you know. Yeah, go. Hey man, he's charging $75. You want to sit and talk to him? Go ask him. Okay, go ahead. Go to his website, call him up, tell me what he says. So he's in it for money. It's okay though. I think, shit, you know, if he got, you know, I want to read his second book. Dude, I'll pay him. I want to hear another story. I thought it was very entertaining. I liked it. I thought it was really good. So, you know, we have to be careful not to let our hopes and desires blind us and accept stuff that's not true. You know, don't try to make it your truth. You want to understand the truth. You want to understand the objective reality that we all agree on, and not the one that you agree on. You know, Andromeda. Yep. Like the guy said, the entire plot of the Philadelphia Experiment movie was a real, except he went into the future in Montauk, New York. Oh yeah, Al Bilkin or whatever. Guy was so full of shit, dude. That entire story was made up. Philadelphia Experiment, totally fake. You know. Okay, guys, I gotta get out of here. All right, but thank you guys for joining me, and I will see you guys next time. All right, you guys. UFO proof out. All right, later, everybody.